You mentioned Garoppolo. He exited the market pretty quickly. It came out yesterday the Raiders and the Texans were looking at him with the Jets as a potential, as the fallback, as we've discussed, to Aaron Rodgers. The Raiders get the deal done. 3 years, $72.75 million. We've got the full breakdown at PFT. Now, look, the real guarantee is in the eye of the beholder. I could view this as a $22.5 million one-year deal.
Exactly.
Yes, there's an $11.25 million roster bonus that's fully guaranteed for next year. But if he goes somewhere else and gets $11.25 million, the Raiders are off the hook for that. So it really is 1 year, 22.5, and then we'll see. If they really were going to guarantee a 2-year stay, they would have guaranteed the base salary at signing as well. The base salary next year isn't guaranteed. The roster bonus is. And there's huge per-game roster bonuses in there to account for the reality that the guys missed a lot of games. So, this is clearly lower end of the middle of the pack right now in the NFL. It's not even close to the deal he did with the 49ers 5 years ago, which at the time, for a brief period of time, was the richest deal ever in NFL history until he got leapfrogged by Kirk Cousins. It was $27.5 million. Even if he stays all 3 years and gets the full 20, what is it? It's 22.5 or something like that per year. It's Peter King has been lobbying for a true middle class for quarterback contracts. This is low middle class for quarterback contracts. And Chris, the structure tells me the Raiders are still in play for a quarterback in the top 10.
Right, I agreed. I don't think anything's off the table with the structure of the contract, right? But they had to make a somewhat of an aggressive move. The Raiders, I mean, that's the first thing. We're kind of stuck in after the Panthers made the trade up to go to number 1, where if they're looking for a pocket passing drop back type of quarterback, there might not be the options they like that are there where they're picking right now. They could be a team that was left out, like we talked about, to where, nothing that they like that fits the way they want to play offense is available, so they had to protect themselves. But within that and what you're talking about and how the contract's set up, yeah, wait, the guy, we didn't think this guy would fall here. He's here. We could take him. Okay, we're only tied to Jimmy G for a year. We can develop him, blah, blah, blah. Also, if Jimmy G doesn't play great next year, it's just okay, and they go, ooh, we want more, and it ends up being a great quarterback draft class next year, they'll have the flexibility to dive into that conversation then. And I think it's a win-win for both. If you're Jimmy Garoppolo too, right, Mike? I mean, Houston Texans, Las Vegas Raiders, I mean, it's not even close. I get to go with Josh McDaniels and Devontae Adams and Darren Waller and the number 1 running back in football and Hunter Renfrow. So I think from all those angles, it made sense from the Raiders, who were stuck in a tough spot. But for Garoppolo, if he wants to further his career, get another big contract after this, I think he put himself in the right place. And, of course, they got history together, and he'll know the system and all that. So it made a lot of sense for me, for sure.
I'm looking at the breakdown now because I got the numbers a little bit jumbled again. Because
you were on the right track, though, I remember.
$24.25 million is the average. But here's the key. This is where it becomes, and this is one of those little nuances of contract evaluation. It's $24.25 million, but $1.53 million is tied to per game roster bonuses each year. So he's got to be healthy. He's got to be in uniform to get another $1.53 million. So you take that off of the $24.25 and let's see how many games he's able to actually play. Because with Jimmy Garoppolo, who knows? It's going to be anywhere between 2 and 17. And I'm going to set the over-under at 9.5, and I may take the under. Because that's just at a certain point, that's who you are as a player.
Yeah.
You get injured, you don't stay healthy, you can't be on the field, and in this case, you're not going to make all your money if that's the situation. And I keep thinking back, Chris, to what he said after the 2021 season when the 49ers drafted Trey Lance and Garoppolo was the lame duck, even though he ended up staying 2 more years. Last year was kind of a weird, fluky thing. He said, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Well, he may have walked right into another situation like that. He could be this year's Mitch Trubisky, the prior year's Jimmy Garoppolo. Sure. There's always a guy every year who's the starter until draft day.
Yeah.
And then you're the starter until they decide to put the rookie on the field.
That's right. The options he had, it was one or the other, right? Houston, we know they're going to, go quarterback. So he definitely was going to be in that boat if he went to Houston. The Raiders, at least there's a chance that might not happen this year. There's a chance now, the Raiders, with where they're picking and how it shakes out, to where they might just go, okay, we got our quarterback right now for the year. We're going to work with that and make it happen, and we're going to address some other spots on our football team. Damn, we need some better defensive players. Let's take a damn good defensive player in the top 10. So it gives them options. And then, there's no Jarrett Stidham, who went with the Broncos. I'm sure the Stidham could have maybe been that placeholder guy or whatever else. I don't know how that all ended up shaking out there, but obviously didn't get him, and maybe that made them even more desperate to pay Jimmy Garoppolo. With Stidham leaving, the Jets being in the conversation, Houston being in the conversation, maybe made them raise the price a little bit to make sure they got Jimmy G.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.